restating right now to correct any confusion that the media has purposely and somehow, for whatever reason, created Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid have not been affected by any action we're taking in any way, shape, or form. We are merely looking at parts of the big bureaucracy where there has been tremendous waste and fraud and abuse.
No, President Trump did not abolish your Medicaid or your SNAP benefits. As usual, I'm going to give you the hard facts. So the Trump administration signed an executive order issuing a temporary freeze of federal grants and loans, and of course the media, doing media-like things, used this opportunity to lie to the public again and cause even more outrage, fear-mongering their viewers into believing that Trump perpetually ended food stamps, student loans, and stripped 72 million Americans of their health insurance. 100% false.
Fake news.
Quote, any program that provides direct benefits to Americans is explicitly excluded from the pause and exempted from this review process. In addition to Social Security and Medicare, already explicitly excluded in the guidance, mandatory programs like Medicaid and SNAP will continue without pause. Funds for small businesses, farmers, Pell Grants, Head Start, rental assistance, and other similar programs will not be paused. End quote. This is a temporary pause memorandum issued by the president and carried out by the Office of Management and Budget to audit and cut U.S. tax dollars that are being wasted, such as useless bureaucratic agencies, DEI programs, NGOs like George Soros' Open Society Foundation. George Soros is a terrorist. Like, why are we funding this clown? Here's a quick excerpt from the memorandum. Quote, financial assistance should be dedicated to advancing administration priorities, focusing taxpayer dollars to advancing a stronger and safer America, eliminating the financial burden of inflation for citizens, unleashing American energy and manufacturing, ending wokeness and the weaponization of government, promoting ethicalness in government, and making America healthy again. The use of federal resources to advance Marxist equity, transgenderism, and Green New Deal social engineering policies is a waste of taxpayer dollars that does not improve the day-to-day lives of those who serve. End quote. Everything stated is 100% true. There's so much waste that has already been administered by Biden and allocated by Congress that OMB and DOGE are attempting to halt. I'll get into the useless federal employees in a second, but here's where some of your tax dollars are flying off to. Play clip.
Just during this pause, DOGE and OMB have actually found that there was $37 million that was about to go out the door to the World Health Organization, which is an organization, as you all know, that President Trump, with the swipe of his pen in that executive order, is no longer wants the United States to be a part of. So that wouldn't be in line with the president's agenda. DOGE and OMB also found that there was about to be 50 million taxpayer dollars that went out the door to fund condoms in Gaza. That is a preposterous waste of taxpayer money. So that's what this pause is focused on, being good stewards of tax dollars.
Well, at least we know that no goats were impregnated on the Gaza Strip this year. The amount of holdover wasteful funding left by the Biden administration is obscene. Trump also gave an ultimatum to the nearly 2 million indolent federal employees who do nothing but soak up our national budget. These people never even show up to work, or they work like 2 days a week from home. And yet in 2024, Biden gave them all a 5% raise. Play clip.
Because as everyone knows, most of the time they're not working, they're not very productive, and it's unfair to the millions of people in the United States who are in fact working hard from job sites and not from their home. As federal employees, they must meet a high standard. They're representing our government, they're representing our country. If they don't agree by February 6th to show up back to work in their office, they will be terminated, and we will therefore be downscaling our government, which is something that the last 10 presidents have tried very hard to do but failed.
Discretionary spending allocated by Congress just for civil servants was $293 billion last year, with an average income of $150,000 a year. These people retire at age 50, and we get to pay their pensions for another 30 to 40 years until they die. And we wonder why this nation has a $36 trillion deficit. So President Trump offered all federal employees a deferred resignation, basically a buyout of 8 months of income, which is pretty generous considering he could just have Elon Musk and DOGE fire all of them on the spot.
A gigantic government bureaucracy. We've got overregulation. You've got agencies that have overlapping responsibilities. There's something like 450 federal government agencies. It's getting to the point where basically everything's illegal. You just can't get anything done.
I've noticed.
And this translates to, these become real costs to people. They're hidden costs, but they're very substantial.
Look, we need to cut spending. We spent $6.7 trillion in fiscal year 2024 and only took in $4.9. But President Trump is not cutting off your entitlements. And anyone who tells you otherwise is lying to you.